I'm not sure how many times, I'm growing a beard now, but, and it's not Google's beard, so we're good.
Okay.
Did anyone press record? Are we recording? We're live?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hello.
Jazakallah. Very intense. Yeah, Majlis Khuddam-ul-Ahmadiyya.
Ballon d'Or. And the winner is... Oh, okay, that's interesting. So you ever heard of Google's AI BARD? BARD? Is it BARD? Is it BARD?
Just recently, actually. I just came across it. I think it's BARD.
Is it?
Yeah.
So here are three things Google's AI BARD has wrong about the Caliphate. Number one, Caliphate is about creating political leadership after the passing of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Okay,
that doesn't sound right, does it?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Google's got itself a bit confused. Basically, these are all things in the mainstream media, isn't it? So let's look at Caliphate. Where is Caliphate? Where does it originate from? Allah Ta'ala says in the Holy Quran that He will create successors from among humans, right? From among His community. So straight away from there is Caliphate or Caliphate is a religious organization. Its objectives all based on spirituality, getting closer to Allah Ta'ala, right? And it's after nubuwwat, it's after prophethood.
If it was a political aspect, then the goals would be political as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't see that happening. Yeah, and I think every time our Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, every time he speaks about any issues that I've followed in recent years, whether it's a political or geopolitical issue or social issues, the first thing Hazrat always says is, pray.
It's all to do with how we implement what the Holy Quran says, how do we interpret that. And in this ever-changing world, you need someone to guide you around that. Yeah. So we've seen recently, whether it's social media, whether it's the internet, whether it was during the pandemic, Israel-Gaza conflict at the moment, even, things like doctor strikes, junior doctor strikes, right? Hazur guides us, and the guidance is always blessed, and it's divinely guided.
Yeah.
Anyway, what does the second one say?
Do you really want to know now, after that first one? Are you ready for this? Caliphate today is based on extremism and violence.
Right. So where does that come from? Surprise.
I have a strong suspicion.
Yeah. So clearly that's related to ISIS, right? Mainstream media. So there's a huge misconception. The previous discussion that we had, I think, just answered it. The Caliphate is from Allah Ta'ala. Okay. Allah Ta'ala does not promote violence. Allah Ta'ala says, if you were to kill a man, it's as if you kill all of mankind. So that's complete nonsense, really.
Islam teaches that there cannot be any compulsion in religion.
Yeah.
So if I was to walk into any setting and take out my gun and put it onto your chest or head, and I'll tell you, hey, if you don't convert to Islam, you're done here, right? That cannot be the right approach, because even if that person was to say, you know what, I'm going to become a Muslim now, because I want to save my skin, save my life, their heart might not be in it.
No, definitely.
Most likely won't.
Okay, it's come from the activities or the wars that have taken place in the Middle East in recent years. ISIS, Daesh, whatever you want to call it. It's a complete misconception. Caliphate is from Allah Ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala does not promote violence. Zura has been advocating for world peace for the last 2 decades, right? That the world is on the brink of the Third World War. Yeah, and we see today, effectively, a Third World War is taking place in some shape or form. You look at the Far East, China, Taiwan, right? Just now, Yemen have been attacked, right, by the US and the UK without any approval from their governments or the UN, all right? We're effectively in a Third World War. Let's see what the next one says. I'll do the honors this time.
Uh-oh. And the winner is?
Okay, this is an interesting one. And I actually agree with this. Khilafat is needed today because of political failures in Muslim countries. I agree with that.
Yeah, so I go to the Middle East quite a lot.
Yeah.
You see, we refer to these countries as Islamic countries, but what they have on display is basically not very Islamic.
I think the whole world needs Khilafat.
Yeah.
I mean, Azur recently answered this question, that Khilafat is without a leader, without Khilafat, we would be like a herd of sheep without a leader, without a shepherd guiding us. That is what Khilafat is about. We take this Israel-Gaza conflict, for example, right? If the Muslim world united, and Azur said this, if the Muslim world united and helped Palestinians' cause, there could have been justice there much earlier. We see that it's a non-Muslim country that is fighting their cause in the international criminal courts. as South Africa has had to fight or raise the issue of injustice. Right? So there's complete lack of unity in the Muslim countries, and they're in dire need of Caliphate.
Yeah,
and the solution there is the Ahmadiyya system.
Yeah, and again, if you refer this to the political failures, if you look at around, the so-called Islamic world that is rich in terms of money and strong economies, they're doing everything based on Western politics. They don't really do it based on Islamic structures.
No.
And the countries that aren't wealthy and Islamic, they're suffering from terrorism, extremism, poverty, extreme poverty. And that just shows you...
It's going on for decades.
Yeah, it goes on for decades, and it shows you they're literally lacking leadership.
Lack of leadership.
And if you compare this to the Caliphate of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, Hazur Aqdas has always given us clear guidance on any issue, but we can actually do our own research on that. We can say, yeah, it actually makes sense.